Happy Navratri. As promised, I'll be sharing my life lessons as well. We'll be starting with Shailputri today, day 1, Shailputri. Before starting, थोड़ा सा विजुअलाइज कर लेते हैं माँ शैलपुत्री को. She is a very calm and a very peaceful माँ. शिव की अर्धांगिनी वाइफ, गणेश एंड कार्तिकेय की माँ, शैलपुत्री माउंटेन की बेटी. This is all about being Shailputri, and she embraces it. This is what is all about the first day. You have a individuality, but before that you have a identification. आप किसी के XYZ बेटे हो, बेटी हो, आप किसी के भाई बहन हो, आप किसी के husband या wife हो, and so on. You have a number of relations in your life. This is all about Shailputri, and every one of us, we have a part in our life where we have to embrace ourselves as someone's XYZ. We have done this and we have to keep doing this. There is no harm in this. Now let's keep it aside and start with the story. Before starting with the story of my life, I'd like to tell you a few things. Hopefully many of you would have known these terms, like generational curses ko todna and all this, because these are the most frequent terms going on the social media. Yeah, it happens that few people are born to break the curses. Whatever is going on in their generation, they do something off the track and then they are blamed for that. You'll have everyone around you, maybe you see every big figure around you, they have done that, whether it be our prime minister as well, the present prime minister. Now those who have this opportunity, or those who have this stamina in themselves that they can create anything, or they literally just understand what is ethically and legally right or wrong, and they follow their own created path, this Navratra we should really celebrate with them. Now for the people who really understand that how they should embrace their different journey, they are born on this earth to serve the society, and they have a very different approach towards the world, the things. All they understand is they have to be ethically right, after a while legally right, and then they have their own way, or I can say they pave their own path on their own, and then they follow. Until and unless she is a Shailputri, she is the daughter of Himalayas, she is mother of someone, she is the wife of someone. But as we'll go ahead, we'll see that how this Shailputri turns to be Durga. Right. So with reference to generational traumas and generational curses, ये थोड़ा सा ज़रूरी था. I'll start with this basic introduction. I'm also daughter of someone, I'm also sister of someone, I am also wife of someone. So to begin with, my father and my mother, they are very, very basic middle class. My father, if I go and talk to him about his story, he lost my grandfather, my baba, at the age of like maybe 12 or 13. He was in 7th standard back then. So he's a self-made man. And my mother, though she was the only girl child of my grandparents, like Nana Nani, and in my grandparents' house it was never a discrimination or the patriotic society in my Nana Nani ke ghar mein that okay, ladka and ladki should be discriminated. This was never the fact in our Nana Nani ke house mein. So fine, yeah, they were married, and my Nana Nani to note is were often both. So I belong to a very basic middle class family. My parents, they are too basic, like literally too basic. My father, if I go and talk to him about his story, he lost my grandfather, my baba, at the age of like maybe 12 or 13. He was in 7th standard back then. So he's a self-made man. And my mother, though she was the only girl child of my grandparents like Nana Nani. And in my grandparents' house, it was never a discrimination or the patriotic society in my Nana Nani ke ghar mein that okay, ladka and ladki should be discriminated. This was never the fact in our Nana Nani ke house mein. So fine, yeah, they were married, and my Nana Nani, to note, is were orphan, both. So I have been brought up by people who are more of self-sufficient. They have created their own history, their own life, their own destiny. I belong to that family. I would say masculine energies around me were like so. They know how to create, and they were too nurturing as well. You know, they were creators of their own destiny, yet they were damn hell provider for us. Like, be it for my mother, be it for us, or be it for their sister or something, like जो भी family में है उनके लिए भी, it was equally. So yeah, as अगर आप लोगों ने notice की होगी, I have a cleft lip. I don't know if it's visible on the camera or not, but I tend to don't conceal that so that you can see. Yeah, I have a cleft lip. I was born with that, and now those who don't understand what is a cleft lip, like the lip were not joint when I was born, and my elder sister has it on both the sides. I have on this side. My elder sister, she has on both the sides, and palate also was cleft. So for this reason, my mother was humiliated. There was a hell of story that she had to face because of us. Two daughters, and that too like this, shadi kaise hogi. The child is born and still the stress was like कि शादी कैसे होगी, पता नहीं ऐसे बच्चे क्यों होते हैं. My father was even asked कि you should think how you are gonna be surviving on. So you know, my father, what he did, understanding what he should do and what he should not, though he hadn't seen his father, like he was very close to his father amongst all the siblings he has. Or I feel that my father literally craves for the father wala affection. I till date also I feel that he literally craves. So my father, then he decided to shift to Patna. We were then in Bhagalpur. My birth is also in Bhagalpur. So yeah, after my birth I was 10 months, not 10 years, I was 10 months when he left his house. And when I say he left his house, that was a rebel sort of that my father did with his mother, my dadi, on the account that my bade papa was not ready to accept us. I haven't seen ever my parents repenting on this. I haven't, because now when I have lost my dadi as well, I would say, I went there. Earlier there was a moment when I used to question my mother, when I used to question my nani, that why aren't we going to our dadi's place, like my own dadi's place. I go to my village, touch wood, I'm blessed to have a family जहाँ पे you can't really discriminate that okay, who is my own brother, who is my first cousin, who is my seventh cousin. We are so much united. We are blessed to be in that family. But then okay, there are people around, not everyone is as pure as I am talking about. I never knew that I didn't had my own dadi till I was in 7th or 8th standard. I had a dadi. I used to go to the village. I was being pampered by my father's chachi, and that's how I was brought up. Then out of a blue moon, I came to know that okay, she's not my own dadi. But ठीक है, then I questioned, and my mother only said that her call was she wanted a male child. And my question was कि if that was the case, then why not I have a younger brother, उसके बाद तो चीज़ें ठीक हो जाती. She had no answer, and she was like कि समय पे छोड़ दो इस बात को, focus on your studies. Fine, I did that. After my marriage, I came to know that that was the best decision my parents could have taken for me and for my siblings. My elder sister, she is also mentally challenged. Not only the cleft lip and palates that she has, she is also mentally challenged. So because of the medical conditions also, Patna was the most suitable option my parents could have. And then surprisingly, my badi mummy was, she was one of those who was, नहीं, हम जो बोल रहे हैं वही सही है, you are not supposed to do this, you are not supposed to do that. And I cannot define her in words, but what I felt on that very day when I lost my grandmother, whatever had happened for something good. I couldn't have been here if we would have been with them over there. So, concluding to what Shailputri now explains, I have seen my father. That wasn't a very easy step to take. There were moments when my father was like कि okay कहीं हमारे वजह से इन लोगों को तो कुछ नहीं feel हो रहा है. There were moments like after I saw my brother growing up, I used to sit with my parents and this was the conversation that was happening, because my brother is kind of very, very questionable, very. So yeah, then my mother and my father, they both used to conclude after a whole long of discussion that okay, there is always a right and wrong that you have to choose on the basis of karma, the karma yudh that the Gita decides, that the Gita teaches you, and you have to take a decision on that. Everyone has to, and depending upon that we have taken a decision. And my kids are doing good, so as long as they are doing good and as long as I'm answerable to them, I don't have to bow my down head in front of them, and they are okay with my decision. Their mindset is accepting what I did was not wrong, so I'm good to go. And Shailputri is all about this. You have to understand yourself, you have to understand your stamina, you have to understand where your divine purpose of soul is, how you are supposed to build your life. You have to understand your terms and conditions for your life. This was a very small basic introduction of mine, like on a personal ground. Basic formal introduction for professional to sabke paas hai. This story will explain, if you'll hear, that okay, yeah, things are not always easy for everyone. Like we say that मेरे लिए ये easy नहीं है, ये easy नहीं है. When I used to sit with my grandparents like Nana Nani, they used to say that their struggle, खाना नहीं मिलता था, मामा मामी ने पाला, एक को चाचा चाची ने पाला, and that was the struggle they had. My father, he was like कि 7th standard के बाद, it was a bloom that they lost my baba in an accident, and वो गए तो थे वापस आने के लिए, but वो कभी आए नहीं. This is what my father says. So yeah, he says that if we can survive that, we can survive anything. We had nothing at that moment. हमारे पास कुछ भी नहीं था. We have just started flourishing, and all of a sudden we were not even prepared for this, and we lost things, and then we have survived. And by the way, my all uncles are doing good professionally. They are doing very good. So he says that if we can achieve that, why can't everyone? That is what the first day of Durga Puja teaches us. Happy Navratri.